Well, if you've not lived in Texas, you're probably not familiar with the company HEB, a fairly large grocery chain in Texas. They have somewhere between 340 and 400 stores in the U.S. I've got a lot of articles here that are 4 or 5 years old, and I believe they have between 55 and 60 stores in Mexico. The family that owns it is the Butt family, B-U-T-T. And just looking at a Forbes list from 2016, the Butt family rose from the 24th wealthiest in America last year, which I believe that was 2015, with $12.3 billion in assets, according to Forbes. The Rockefeller's heirs dropped from 22nd place. The family fortunes are each worth more than the annual gross domestic product for many small nations, including the Republic of Armenia, the Bahamas, and Haiti. Anyway, the interesting thing, it goes on to state that the wealth, the $12.3 billion, is split up among 5 people, whereas the Rockefeller wealth is split up among 174 people. So Mr. Butts, it doesn't really matter, but here's a picture of him. And it's a very successful business. And they are very strong in Austin area, and I believe South Texas. They have a bit more competition, I think, in Houston. And they're very smaller presence in Dallas, as I understand. I believe there's somewhere around 60% up to 70% market control in the Austin area, which is pretty substantial. I come from the Seattle area where there's a lot of grocery competition. There's, 4 or 5 different companies fighting to get your business. Here in Austin, the competition level for groceries is a joke. I mean, you do have Walmart, you have HEB, and you have Randall's. Now, one thing I thought I'd mention about Randall's, a lot of you on the West Coast and other states have Safeway, which is basically the same company as Randall's. As I understand, they have a split in their division to deal with unions. I don't know if they'll officially admit that, but to deal with the different union laws in each state. I believe the states with the more prevalent unions, they have Safeways, and where unions are weaker, they have Randall's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, also down here in Austin, what I see with Randall's is a lot different than what I see with Safeway. Here in Austin, Randall's is kind of like an upscale store, a smaller store. They mainly put their stores in higher, fancier real estate areas. Their prices are not really trying to compete at all with Walmart and HEB. I got to say, HEB and Walmart, their prices are pretty close. They are pretty close. Whereas Safeway, you go to California, Oregon, or Washington, Safeway is just a regular grocery store. It's not a fancy store like Randall's tries to be. One interesting thing I saw about HEB that just came up is 5 days ago, this is May 6th, 2020, HEB among grocery stores accused of price gouging eggs in a federal suit. This is in the Austin American-Statesman. HEB is one of 3 Texas-based grocery stores, along with over a dozen businesses nationwide, that are facing a federal lawsuit after a group of shoppers accused the stores, farms, and wholesalers of price gouging eggs during the coronavirus pandemic. Well, we know it's not a pandemic, but let's just play along. The lawsuit filed in Austin last... HEB is sure treating it like a pandemic. Look at some of my other videos about what HEB is doing right now, posting armed policemen, putting CDC placards all over everything, lining people up like cattle, just making a big stink of the shopping experience. manipulating their hours, encouraging you not to bring children into their store. This is supposed to be a family store. After going there once with my 9-year-old daughter, I won't be going to HEB again. Yeah, I should let you know when I read all this. I'm now not a fan of HEB. I had no problem with them before. The community seems to be a big fan of HEB, and that's cool. Anyway, the lawsuit filed in Austin last Thursday says the San Antonio-based HEB grocery company, along with 18 other businesses, nearly tripled the price of eggs after Governor Greg Abbott declared a state of disaster because of the virus on March 13th. By the way, this is what Austin. This is a weak article. I don't have the whole article here, but a lot of these Austin American articles are not heavy on info. The two other Texas-based businesses being sued are Brookshire's, which we don't have here in Austin as far as I know, founded in Tyler, and Lowe's Markets, founded in Littlefield. We actually do have a Lowe's Market in Lago Vista over here, I think. It's a tiny market. Other companies named in the suit include Costco, Walmart, Kroger, and Albertson. So this is a huge suit. Lawyers representing the shoppers said that because it is unclear how many of the businesses participated in it, the 5 Texas residents decided to sue all of these listed. There are 5 Texas residents in this suit. Wow. As in any economic turmoil, there are those who seek to profit from the misery of millions, the lawsuit says. Defendants, who are producers, wholesalers, and retailers of eggs, compromise one such set of actors seeking to unfairly profit from the increased consumer demands for eggs in the midst of a ongoing crisis. I'm going to stop right there. You can read that article yourself. It's called HEB Among Grocery Stores Accused of Price Gouging Eggs in Federal Suit in Austin American. Here's another article. This is posted by Sanford Nowlin, May 6th, 2020. Shoppers have sued San Antonio-based HEB and other grocers, wholesalers, and farms in federal court, accusing them of price gouging for eggs during coronavirus pandemic. A suit filed last week in Austin accuses HEB and 18 other businesses of nearly tripling the price of eggs after Texas declared a state of disaster due to the crisis, the Austin American reports. Pretty interesting stuff. The suit names 2 Lowe's, goes on and on and on. In a statement supplied to the Texas Tribune, HEB said the suit is without merit. Well, of course they said that. And here's what HEB says. Let's see. While producers' egg prices did dramatically increase, HEB often absorbs such price increases to protect Texans who need eggs, spokesman Dia Campos said. HEB lost money on eggs rather than passing the cost increases along to its customer. It is shameful that we have to deal with this baseless lawsuit filed without even the barest of investigation into our prices. Well, the first thing I wanted to say is, how can we investigate into your prices? You're not a publicly traded company or private company. And, he's making a claim that just the opposite happened. Well, that's interesting. Now your HEB is going to have to defend that statement too. Wow. I'm wondering, I noticed the price of toilet paper went up pretty high. I've always thought that HEB prices were not that great. I mean, for example, look how much they sell candy bars for. A little tiny Hershey's bar for 99 cents. I mean, how much is that grocery store really getting that Hershey's bar for? Seriously. I mean, it's just insane how much they want for their drinks and their juices. And by the looks of the family member being tied with the Rockefellers, I gotta imagine that the markup on this stuff's pretty good. You ain't going to get to the 24th richest families in the world by having a, 20% markup, folks. I mean, think about it. Well, we'll see what happens to this one. And we'll see, one of the problems I have here in Austin is the news media down here is just a joke. I mean, whether it's, a local company gets charged with something, there's almost zero coverage, especially on television. Police shoots an unarmed man, almost always take the side of the police. It's really pathetic down here. I don't know if it's something in the water, but it's really sad to watch it happen. So I hope more Austin people stand up for the truth. But thanks for listening.